Good morning, guys. So today we are looking at US 30 again. I already did my analysis, and this level is our daily. And right now we are waiting for news, so we're just going to see what happens. So we have core CPI and stuff. I may not trade, but I just wanted to come on and kind of talk to you guys about the news and why people trade it and why some people don't. So we're just going to watch the market. And it is 8:29. So in 1 minute, CPI is going to drop actually in 32 seconds. Hey, Dwayne, how are you? Good morning, Dan. So we're gonna see what happens. So I'm just gonna explain to you what CPI is. So if you guys actually go on to Forex Factory, it gives you guys a list of all of the news, but CPI is basically consumer prices for inflation. And inflation is important to the market because um, the rising prices lead to the banks and the interest rates. So of course that affects our currency. And right now I am on US 30, so we're just waiting out. It is currently 8:30. We will see what happens now. The thing is, it is under my breakout line that I made on the 1 hour. So I do see it going down, but with news, you may never know. So it's good just to hold off. But you guys can clearly see it's finally officially broken out, and we will see if it'll remain going down. But US 30 is mainly on an uptrend, as you can see. We had this double bottom. When was this? This was like pretty much like last week or so. And then now we'll see if we stay in this range or continue to go up in this zone. I truly do think US 30 can reach this 440 level area here, but we will just see. Mm-mm-mm. Now, like I did say, guys, it did cut through my breakout level, but now you see how price is moving slower. We'll see what happens. And CPI did come out that the forecast was 3% and the actual was 0.3%. So anything greater than the forecast is good for currency. Anything worse than the forecast is bad for currency. So actually I was in sales this morning, but I just got out before news hit. But you see how it moves. It's going to start moving a little bit choppier. We'll see what happens. Let's see what the other news sites are. And I'm actually going to explain this screen share. Let's see. Mm, present. Okay, guys, I'm going to share with you guys the screen while price is doing its thing. So the reason why we actually wait, let me just show you the news real quick. Share screen. No, Forex Factory. Okay, guys, so this is Forex Factory, right? And here we have today's news. And it tells you all of this. So at 9:30, actually, we have unemployment rates. So it would just be best to hold off and wait for that. But then that's Australian. So you can see whose currency it is. So this is all US, and then this is Australian dollar. So when you go here, you can click detail, and it actually gives you a breakdown of what the news is and how it affects the market. So basically, right here, usual effect, anything actual is greater than forecast is good for currency. So you guys can see right here, the actuals 0.3%, forecast was 0.3. So that's kind of how we read the news, and you can implement it in your trading. Now we're going to go back to trading view so I can show you guys why I didn't get in anything. I didn't get anything because, you know, even though that it did cross my breakout line and it looks like it's going to go down, it faked out. So that's why I did not hold any positions, because you want to be very careful with that. Now overall, I do see US 30 going in for buys, so let's see. And then we can just see what happens. But just because it hits your breakout line, guys, or the breakout area, always be careful and wait for the second candle, because price may fake out. So we can see what happens here. And then honestly, if I were to get in, again, 1 to 2s, 1 to 2s to 1 to 3s is the most that we want to hit, guys. That's the most realistic. So now, and I'm currently in a position right now. Let me share my whole screen and we can see how this works. Presents, share screen. Okay, guys, so now you guys can see I'm currently in a position, and this is how much I'm winning right now. I just took one contract because, guys, again, there is, I don't want to hold it for too long, so we'll see what happens. And you know, the worst case scenario is that I do hit my stop loss. And this right over here, this is order flow, but I really don't use this as much. But as you guys can see, I took two long positions. And now we just wait. Now on the 15, it looks like this. On the 1 hour, it looks like this. So guys, when you guys are taking trades, you guys always want to be look through it, different time frames, just to get a clear picture. As you can see, the 1 hour, it looks kind of ugly because it looks really choppy. But then if you go down to the 15.5, you can get like a better picture. And you guys see how it's just floating in my stop loss area. And if I were to ever get out of my trade, I would really need more of a reason why am I getting out. Because I already have this set saying, hey, I'm just gonna get out right here because obviously if I get out right here, this would be a actual breakout. Because it started to break out, but it didn't. Let's see. And yeah, guys, this is pretty much what trading is. Boom, right there. Let's see if it updated. This already hit take profit. Okay, let's see what's happening. Do you see, guys, this? What's happening? So this is what news does. And it's going straight up. And my thing crashed and it keeps going straight up and we are... I think my trading view, honestly, is a bit laggy. $8.35. Let's see. Okay, guys, so we already hit take profit. Now, let's see what happens. No, honestly, I'm just waiting. And then usually, guys, when we hit one trade, because as you can see, that really just hit profit because of the news. Now you guys know why we wait for news to drop before we get into any position. It is very important to always wait because, like you see how news just totally went all the way up. And say, for instance, right, if you really thought that it was going down because this was a breakout, if you see on the hour, price was doing this. Price was kind of like bouncing up. And especially within the last hour that I was looking at it, because I started looking at the charts, it stayed within this box area. So because its price stayed within this area, it's more so like, is it going to go up or is it going to go break out in an uptrend or is it going to break out in a downtrend? And now let me remove this. Let me remove the arrows so then I can just explain myself. So then, as we can see, guys, when it did break out on the actual breakout line, I actually waited because you guys can see that price. Let me put back that breakout line. There you go. So price did break out and then I waited because price broke out exactly at what time? From 8:21, like right before news. So guys, it is very important when you are trading to always check the news first. And just like that, guys, we are still in profit. I did not close my position yet. One of them did close out because I already had it set. So usually once you guys have it like this, you can just automatically set your take profit. So it will just take you out the trade when you hit your stop loss. But that's pretty much how you trade with news. And guys, just really with trading the news, just be careful, be mindful that it can go either way. It doesn't really matter what direction it goes into. But now we are definitely going to hit this 400 area for sure. I don't know when, hopefully within the next few days. It is the start of the week, so definitely, hopefully sometime this week or next week, because it's right here, honestly. 400, let's see, 23. Yeah. But that is it for the live trading, guys, because we took profit already. If you guys have any questions, let me know. And you can see that we will still be going up, but let's see. So for everyone who is still joining the news, not joining the news, joining the live, I'm just going over a trade that we just took on live, and you guys can see what happens, what concepts. Oh, let me show you. So I was watching this since pretty much 7. So when I was on, right, it was like this. Price was, let me go on the 5-minute. So this was the daily high where the D is. This was my 4-hour line, and then this was a breakout line that I made. So if you see how price ended up right here. So from the time I was watching it around this time, right here, right? We're going to be focusing on that area. We see price bouncing from this to pretty much like this point. So that's why I drew my breakout line, because we could see price is like bouncing in this area and it's not going up. It's not going up or down. So like it hasn't picked a direction yet, right? So then now for my breakout line, I'm saying, hey, you know what? We can have a solid downtrend if we go like, let me show you on the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, it was kind of choppy. I was like, oh, if we break out, you could see that there was an imbalance left here. So I was like, we could fill this imbalance or we can continue to go up. But I wanted to hold my bias until the news dropped, because as you can see, I'm going to take this off. Right there. So then as you can see with this, right? As you can see with right around this area, it broke out at 8:20. Let's see the exact time. Yeah, from 8:16 to 8:23, it broke out below the breakout line. So then I was looking to getting ready for sells. But I didn't, because I was like, okay, wait, we got to wait for 8:30 for news to drop. And then news hit at 8:30 and it went all the way up. And that's pretty much where it is now. And now price seems to be being above there. So if anybody wants to take a position, I would wait. But it looks like from here to because usually I just do one position a day. I would just wait, because just to see what price does. But if you guys have any questions, just let me know. And for everyone who is joining, this was a trade that we just took on live. We just took live, like literally right once news hit. We got in for a buy, and you can tell this was our entry point, and it hit take profit within a minute. So day trading, guys, isn't an all day thing. Sometimes you're not on the computer all day, guys. You just hear and then we're done. So this was another successful day for day trading, and we're gonna start doing YouTube. I'm gonna be on YouTube and Instagram once my YouTube finally gets 50 followers, guys. So definitely go on my YouTube channel and subscribe there so I can be on YouTube and Instagram live on the same time, giving you guys live trades. And if you guys are trading with me, just take it to your discretion. Okay, guys, when you are, if you are live trading and you're just like, let me just get in a position and essentially like copy my trades, that's fine, but just work with a lot size with what you can lose. Okay. Because again, guys, this is my analysis. This is what I think the charts are going to do. And if you're trading, you might be trading a different way than me. So it's very important, guys. And how you lead to like blown accounts, whether that's funded or live, is not using the right not using the right um not using, what am I trying to say? Not using the right lot size or contract size. So again, guys, it is super important for you guys to use the right contact size. Yeah, so supply and demand. Let me show you this, Dane. So you see my 4 hour. So this is like my full thing, right? So my blue zones, supply and demand. Okay, guys, so now let's just go in this together, right? So when you're looking at supply and demand zones, it is pretty much like this. So the roof and the floor. And then this was kind of like a midpoint I had in between because I noticed that this was another reason why it highlighted my buy was because it was because it's had a double bottom. So I really do feel like it's going to come up to the top. And then after that, it is what? So these are my two main zones, right? And then now we go down to the 4 hour. And then on the 4 hour, I use supply and demand and just like basic levels. So on the 4 hour, this was the highest 4 hour from here. And then right here, because I like to just pay attention to where price was at. I don't really care about this because this is like Thursday and Friday and Sundays. And today is Tuesday, guys. So I'm really concerned about where price is at right now. So 4 hour. And then when I go down on the 1 hour, I kind of explain my breakout, why I made this breakout line, because pretty much from like 7 o'clock, price was fluctuating around this area. But my strategy I use supply and demand for the most part. But then you guys can see why 1 to 2s and 1 to 3s will always get you profitable. And you guys can lose multiple times with 1 to 2s and 1 to 3s and still have one trade to get you in profit. Which is the best thing ever. Now, do you guys have any other questions for me? Right now, this is on the 15-minute. But remember, guys, when you are trading, once you are in a position, it's good to look at all, for me, because I am just intraday trading, right? I'm 1 hour, 15 and 5. Or you will look at the 15 and 5 when you're about to enter your position. And then 1 hour is to get a clearer picture of where price is going. Any favorite states to trade? Not really. I mean, I'm just trying to get into the habit of like not trading every day because I look at the charts every day. I don't trade every day. So it's more so like when there's news. Honestly, I really don't even trade when there's CPI, but I came on here and I started the stream and I was just kind of explaining the news and we found a good strategy. And yeah, it's just whatever has a good setup. That makes sense. No, I enter off of the 5. So 5 or 15, whichever one has a clear picture. If the 5 is really choppy, well, 5 can give me a more precise entry which is why I can see this. If you guys look at the 5, you can see that there was a doji candle there, and this is a breakout strategy, right? This is my breakout line for it to go down, but it didn't go down, right? It gave me a fake breakout, hit my breakout line, didn't go all the way, and then I waited, and you guys can now see that this is a bullish engulfing candle to go up. But then on the 15, you can't really see how price is reacting that well. So you go down to the lower time frames to get more of a precise view. And like this trade was literally within a minute. I mean, if you guys saw the live, or we're on the live since I was in here, we caught this pretty much. We set it up at like 8:20ish, 8:25, and then it went up. And it hit take profit in like 2 minutes because of the news. Yeah, I do trade breakouts, but I'm very careful with breakouts because they can be faked out. And I don't want to get faked out. So I'm very cautious when I am trading that. I have no clue. US 30 is kind of unpredictable with that. Like that's why honestly, when I was looking at this, if you see on the 1 hour, right? I was thinking like GJ, for example, GJ will always go back to its fair value gaps and it will fill the fair value gaps. So I'm just going to go here, FEG, right? We're just going to, if my computer will stop freezing. Okay, guys, my screen is literally frozen. Can you guys hear me? Present. Okay, let me share my screen again. Give me 1 second. Okay, cool. So now this is, I'm going to just stop sharing. Let me reset my trading view. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Just going to pull up my trading view again. But US 30, I don't really see it always filling fair value gaps the way that I've been watching it. Okay, cool. FVG present, share screen. Okay, so now you guys see this, right? Technically, this is like an imbalance fair value gap, whatever you want to call it, right here. And we were right here around 7 o'clock. So my thought process was if price actually breaks out from this line, price can come back to this fair value gap and then go up. But because there was news, I didn't want to risk that. So I was like, okay, let me just wait to see what price will do. And the biggest thing, guys, is we always want to react off of price. What's the best way to make sure you don't feel like hopping on the charts any minute? Have a schedule. So Jeff, what I would say is ask yourself, what session do you want to trade, and trade during that session open time. So, or new, or like the early session. So if you go on to like, this is pre-New York, right? Because New York actually opens at 9:30. But I just came on here to show you guys what news trading is. But you can be like, hey, I'm going to trade from 9:30 to 11 a.m. Definitely be off the charts by 11 if you are trading New York session. And this is all Eastern time, guys. Been struggling with that. So you pick a session, trade. Yeah, so you stick to your plan, guys. However you trade, stick to your rules, stick to your limits of how much not how much you make, but how much contracts, how much lot sizes you use. That's super important. Where was I? Right here. And as you can see, US 30 is continuing to push up. Honestly, I don't know what, but it may push up all the way up to here. We will see. I think that's the best thing about it. And for everyone else that was that just joined right now, guys, this is a live trade that we took. Pretty much it was over with news. How about do you go about risk? So it depends on what I'm trading on. If you guys use challenges, what I would recommend is, let me do this at Pro Traders Fund. Let me see. There you go. Let me at Pro Traders Fund to get funded. So what I would say is go to App Pro Traders Fund to get funded. That is like, you getting funded is one of the best ways to trade, because you guys don't risk your own capital. The only thing you risk is your money to prove your skills. So if you know how to trade, then you can follow the rules. So like Pro Traders Funds, they have a minus $5,000 drawdown for daily, right? So for risk, when I'm going on a challenge account, if I am in a challenge phase, I risk 0.5 till I'm up 1%. But on a live account, always 1%. I don't care what I am. On any live account I'm on, or even when I pass a challenge, 1%. Because for me, if I have a 100K account, 1% of 100K is $1,000. I don't need to be overshooting myself, because then that's when greed can come in. Top 5 tips for new traders. Okay. The best thing would be is you can definitely Google or just like look up stuff in trading in general. And the first thing I want you guys to do is figure out what you want to trade, whether that's stock options, whether that's Forex, whether that's futures, right? Because those are 3 different things that you can trade on. Then after you decide like, hey, I'm going to do futures or I'm going to do Forex, then you decide you stick to your session. So if you're doing stocks, obviously you're going to trade only during New York Open, you know? I mean, if you are an intraday trader, like, I mean, that's like the best time from 9:30 to 11, because I used to do that. I used to trade stock options. And then I would say that would be my one thing. So find out what you want to do exactly, what you want to trade. Stocks, Forex, or stock options, Forex, or futures, right? And then the second thing you want to do is pick your session time. So make sure that that session time is with the pair. So for stocks, it's going to be stock, let's say Forex, right? New York session. This is US 30, or this is futures, right? Futures, US 30. Okay, I'm going to trade around 9:30. But I can trade at 8:30 if I want to trade the market, like the early New York session, right? And then the second thing I want to say is make sure it fits in your work schedule. When it fits in your work schedule, then that's even better, because you don't want to be doing different sessions at random times. Just pick one pair and stick to it. And then practice, guys. You guys can't get better without practicing. Like, that's the honest truth. You guys have to practice, practice, practice. But yeah, do you guys have any questions? Any other questions? Like, I think once you guys have that, and then you build like a trading plan, and then it's just discipline. It's discipline with the plan that you have. It's getting used to everything. Mm. Did you have a light bulb moment? Like, yes, once I started simplifying it, it was so much easier, because yeah, once I started being like simple in my trading strategy, and like USDC, I really don't use no indicators, nothing. It's just supply and demand, breakout strategies, a little bit of this. So like, look at this. We crossed over our daily, crossed over our 4-hour. But either way, we're out of our trade because we're done. And really one trade a day, and just don't overcomplicate it. Keep it simple. Keep it simple as can be. For me, I didn't. How long did it take for you to get profitable? About like 4. This is like over a 4-year journey. This is, yeah, over a 4-year journey. So I came profitable on probably like year 3.5, 4. So how is it the market? Okay, so let's go over that, right? Let's see. CPI data is showing red. So just because it's a red folder, it doesn't mean anything bad. Give me 1 second. I want to pull up the news real quick. Forex Factory. So CPI is showing red, right? But if you do the core CPI, the actual, if it's the same as a forecast, it may not affect it that well, because anything actual, like anything in the actual thing, so the actual is 0.3 and the forecast was 3. So that's the same. So it's good for currency, which is most likely the reason that it pushed up. What vision do you have your brand? The long-term brand is like the long-term goal, guys, is really to help you all understand how to trade if you want to trade. If you want to learn how to trade, let me see. You can go to my link in my bio, and I have resources and stuff, and then join my YouTube, because I'm gonna put out a bunch of free YouTube videos on how to start trading, guys. Because this isn't a hard journey, it's just long. It's just committed. You have to just be committed to it and show up. That's pretty much how it is. And then how you trade new, just like the advice that I gave earlier, was really figure out what you want to trade, because there are many things you want to trade. Stick to one thing and perfect it. And you guys can see, we're gonna just watch how price gets manipulated at market open, because this was a trade that we took during the news. So I think this is something good for you guys to see. And yeah, I definitely want to start helping everyone. How many minutes after the news did you trade? Oh, when we were on, let me show you. Right here. As soon as it crossed off this, because so this was a 20, let me go to the 1 minute and show you exactly where. Boom. I got in right at 8:30, right after. Because do you wait for specific? So how I actually did this was, remember, so this was the breakout line that I had to show if I wanted price to go down. But because I knew the news was coming, I was waiting for it, and you already saw a fake breakout. So that kind of shows like, hey, what price is doing. And then as you can see, the candlesticks, let me put this right here. The candlesticks are getting longer, and they're starting to look more bullish engulfing. So I'm like, okay, so we're seeing that we didn't break this breakout line, fully break it, right? So now, because we didn't fully break it, how does it look on the 5 minute? So, and then on the 5 minute, this is a doji. So anything, like I look at dojis for reversals, right? So this isn't a support line, but this was a breakout line to go down. But now, because there's a doji at the breakout line, I kind of figured like, okay, price has to go up because price is being indecisive. And if it really wanted to go down, the second candle would have been more volume towards the bearish side, which is down. So yeah, I do wait for specific candles. I am going to be doing a candlestick video on my YouTube. So guys, just be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So once, probably within the next like 2 weeks, I will be sending out a lot of books. A lot of books and actual like live explaining of like how the market works. Because the thing is, guys, the charts does not have to be complicated at all. But what I would say is if you want to focus on candlesticks, definitely learn candlesticks and learn what each candlestick does. What is up, everyone? So I do see some more people are joining. This was a trade that we took at 8:30. I kind of explained around 8:20 how news is and how news can affect the market. And we went over a brief description of what the news is, and how like CPI, because we had CPI today, and what the forecast was, which was actual, it was 0.3%, and the forecast was 0.3, so it was the same. And then we had this trade set up and it played out perfectly. You'll see. Like this, I mean, I see this as this. Like it just totally pushed up, and then more so with the news, you can see it more. Like in reality, technically, I would have, if it wasn't for the news, I would have really thought that price was gonna break down and I would have only gotten for sells. But because of the news was happening, I was like, you know what? Sometimes they may not always fill the fair value gap, right? So I have to play it smart and wait for the news to drop, and then I will react off of it. That's the biggest thing. And now you can see at 9:30, we'll see if price ends up retrade going like this or what happens. Or price can go the total opposite way, guys. The main thing is you guys want to have a plan and you guys want to react to price. That's the biggest thing. The issue I'm having right now is I'm over into there's so much intrigue with the market trader. Okay, so that's everyone's aim, right? We want to Jeff, why don't you just send me a message and I will send you something that'll help you with the candlesticks. Because honestly, I have the candlestick Bible, but it's a lot of information and you're already dealing with information overload. So it's not the best thing for you to have right now. You want something simple. So just message me on Instagram right now, and then I will go ahead and send you something I made for candlesticks. But oh yeah, so then basically with over information overload, it is pretty hard. Like it's hard to undo it, like unlearn a lot of things. So what I would say is try to find one mentor and stick with it. Because if not, you're going to find all these people who are teaching you different strategies and that might not even be how you trade. What's up, Alec? Just not going to say nothing. But I'll send you. Yeah, no, that's totally fine. Yeah, if anybody wants any of the information, just message me and then I can send it to you right after this live. That is no problem. And then yeah, guys, so now we're just waiting for market open at 9:30. We just want to see what the market will do, whether it's going to continue to go up or down. As you guys can tell, I'm not looking to get into any other trades. This is more so for educational purposes, so you guys can see how the news affects the market at 8:30 and then how price can be affected during market open. So don't feel pressured to buy anything right now or to get into any entry unless you did your own analysis. Unless that's on you saying, hey, you know what? This is what I usually do. Yeah, bro, we just caught a 1 to 2. Nothing crazy, but during the news it pushed all the way up. But yeah, guys, so like the thing about candlesticks is, let me go over this real quick. Give me one moment. I'm just pulling it up because I just want to show you this now and I can this is what I made. And if you guys want to learn how to trade, just message me the word trade and I can definitely help you guys, okay? I have a mentorship program that I will be closing out soon because I only want a certain amount of members open. Okay, guys. So now you guys want so this trade is gonna do whatever it's gonna do. We're gonna come back to it around market open, okay? Right now, I want to focus on candlesticks. So we're gonna go to right here, present. Okay. I'm pretty sure everyone can see this screen that I have right now. So this is my candlestick cheat sheet that I give to all my students. So if you guys are interested in getting a trade mentor, you guys can definitely hit me up with the word trade right now. You can just DM me and we can go off of that. Right now I just have a YouTube channel, guys. I'm trying to work on all of my socials at the moment. But talking about the candlestick pattern. So with the candlestick Bible, it has a lot of things, right? But you that leads to information overload. This is a cheat sheet that I ended up making, and you guys can see that it has a little bit of everything, and it actually tells you where it might go. So bottom, top, and bottom, it's like buys or sells. But when you guys end up using this, you guys can determine that, use that in your trading to be like, hey, whether price is going to go up, whether price is going to go down. And I will definitely go through that as well. Let me show you. I wanted to show you guys this as well. Let's see. So this is in my course about let me see this. Let me show you guys this. So now we can see what price is doing back on TradingView. So as you can see, this was like kind of like my reaction point where I was like, hey, there we go. That price may go down, but we will see because it's really fluctuating around this area. I do have a school group. I'm thinking about dropping a free one. Let me know if you guys do want a free school group. It's SKOL because right now I just have a paid mentorship one that I have for my students. But yeah. So you guys just definitely just be expecting that within a couple of days. I'll probably do it today or tomorrow. And also I am, if you guys are interested in prop firms, let me show you this right now. I'm debating. I'm going to put it out either within the next few days. But it's all about prop firm challenges, right? So we use prop firms for their capital and you get a profit split. So in this book, I right here, I passed over what, three different prop firms. I mean, I'm picky with what prop firm I go with. So I've only passed like three different prop firms, but multiple challenges. So right now I am funded with over $250,000 worth of capital. But then mind you guys, that is a profit split. So how that breaks up is I get 90% of the profits that I make. And in order to do that, a lot of people struggle with passing prop firm challenges. So I am dropping this book. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's how to pass prop firm challenges. I will be dropping it this week. So that's really a steal if you guys decide to go and get it. But guys, the information is made super easily digestible, easy to understand, and we are just waiting for 9:30 for market open because I wanted to show you guys how the market moves. So as we are waiting for that 9:30, for everyone who just joined, welcome, welcome. Good morning. This was a trade that we took at 8:30. So we actually took it during the news as we were interpreting the news, and then we ended up getting in the trade. So as you guys can see, if you go on the other time frames, it gives you a little bit greater picture of what's happening. So 4 hour, 1 hour. But then again, guys, I really only trade one trade per day. So already did my trade for the day, but we can definitely talk out a possible other trade to see if it looks better around 9:30 market open. But going to it, guys, you guys, it's just really important to educate yourselves on trading and what to do instead of just buying, getting a live or anything. Getting a live, opening your account, and then just losing your own money. It's important to know the skill first, and then the money will come. And you'll just keep improving every time. And you're going to have losses either way. And we have, 10 more minutes till 9:30. And then we can see if price is going to be around this. Again, guys, I'm not looking to take another trade because I only trade once per day, but we will definitely talk it out. Let's look at NAS. I didn't even this was a old analysis. I didn't fully finish this analysis on NAS. Let's go through it though. So this is NAS right now. Oops. So let's just mark this up while we are here. I mean, it's really up to you. Like, what do you want to choose? So you can see that price is already at the top. I mean, you can do this if you want to do the wicks or the bodies. That's really up to you when you are drawing your levels or your zones. And then I just like doing top and bottom. That's fair enough. And then 4 hour, I'm going to just reset to price scale. And again, guys, I am not looking to take a trade anytime soon as I already took a trade at 8:30. Mm-hmm. So you can kind of see how they somewhat have the same setup. You see how this had like the dojis and the fair value gap. We're gonna look at US 30 real quick. You see, it was pretty much ignore the long candle, but it was pretty much the same setup. It's really whichever one you want to look at first. For me, I trade whichever one has the cleanest setup. What are you looking what is your plan, and like what are you looking to trade? Are you a day trader, intraday, or a scalper? I've been trading NAS 100. Yeah, it's really up to you. Which trade. I mean, patience, that comes like after your setup. Like the main thing is once you make your setup, you just have to wait for it to hit. So just know that. Like once you have your setup, it's pretty much waiting for that, and then once you find your entry, you can get in and then you're done. Like your analysis should already be done. So being patient, I mean the most that I'm ever waiting is for my setup to actually hit. Like for this, right? I actually got on the chart. I mean, I got on live at like what, 8:20ish, but I was on the chart since like around 7. But I mean, I analyzed it, and then I was on the chart since 7, so like maybe like 2 hours. In 2 hours you can make over 2 grand. But then again, it depends on the size of the account you have. Like for me, I make well over at least 1% of my account, which is 1% is $1,000. So that 1% sounds small until I tell you how much capital I took trade with. So you just got to think of it like that. And my best advice to you would be think of think of like charts and like trading as percentages instead of money value. And now we can see what happens. We have 5 more minutes till market opens. Yeah, guys, you guys don't have to be on the charts all day. I mean, the most that you're on the charts for is doing your actual analysis. And then after that, just set alerts. Like let's say I had stuff to do and I didn't want to wait, right? And this was my trade. So for the breakout, right? For me to wait for this breakout line, it took what? From 7, because I got on the charts around 7 to 8:10. I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna sit here and stare at the charts. In all reality, all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set a line and I'm gonna say notify me, and then it's gonna notify me and then create. And once price crosses there, my phone's gonna go off. That's how alerts work. And then I can look at the trade saying, hey, look, price actually hit the breakout line. And then I'm going to say, okay, let's see if it's actually breaking out now. And if it does it or not. So that's how it is. That's how trading should be, guys. Just set your alerts and then just have your phone near you. Because I'm pretty sure nowadays most people do have a smartphone. So if you have one, you can just use it to your advantage. So you're not sitting on the charts all day and you're looking at it. There's no time frame. There's no time frame. It's more so like just don't get faked out. Okay, so I didn't wait because even after this doji candle, right? So let's go over breakout trends. Even after doji candle, let me pull up this real quick. So if you guys do want, I do mentorships as well. So let me show you something from my mentorship. I'm just downloading this PDF of candlesticks just to really show you how this works. Give me 2 seconds and then I'll share my screen. Okay, so we're going to remove this and then I'm going to share screen. Okay, guys, so this is from my mentorship. If you guys do want a trading mentor, you guys can hit me up. And right now we are going over a breakout pattern, right? So a breakout pattern is right here. So you can see how price is going. Price is up. Price is like this, right? Boom. That's really ugly and I don't have the lines to correct it, right? So when price is going like that, let me erase this line. Okay, cool. So now we see how price is like touching this area, but it's not going below it. So you see it touch here, and touch here. So you see the 3 touches and just price is kind of just like bouncing in this line. This is a what? I don't know what time frame this is on. Let me just show you a real breakout one instead of on my thing. But basically what I'm trying to say is you always want to wait for a second candle and the retracement. So you see the break, it broke out right here. And we're going to go on the charts for some real examples, okay? It broke out right here. And then you see the next candle, it was a bearish candle and it continued to go down. Now let me show you guys a real example of a breakout trend on TradingView. And then we will go back to this. So let's just go to NAS and let's find one. Okay. So for breakout trends, right, guys, we are going to look just right. Okay, this is an example of a breakout trend, okay? So 1 and then 2. I'm going to make this a thicker line. Okay, so you just see how we're just paying attention to this price, right? And when we're looking at breakout trends, obviously price is just in between 2 levels, right? But this is not technically a support or resistance level, right? These are like whatever. So when we go back here, boom, and then now you see how price is doing this, right? So price is bouncing between 2 levels. And now you're just like, okay, well, that's called consolidation, right? So price isn't consolidating at all. So price is consolidating, my bad. So because price is consolidating, we're just like, okay, well, we need to see, we need to see what will happen and what direction price will push. Again, guys, you always want to react off of price instead of predicted. Okay, and just be ready for both. So my whole thing was, hey, if price breaks this level, I am going to get in for a sell. If price breaks this level, I am going to get in for buys. So this is how it's going to look. So whatever it would be, right? So I would say like boom for buys, and then again, guys, this is just an example. And then for sells, it would be like short position, boom. Okay, guys, remember, guys, this is just for the example, right? So now that we're looking at this, we're just looking at just right here. So as I'm waiting to see where price is going, right? We have two things that price can do. Price can go up after this breakout area, or price can go down. Now, as you can see, boom, price went down, but you guys definitely want to avoid the fake outs. So how do we avoid the fake outs? As you can see, price crossed it on this candle. So this one candle, price actually crossed it. So we are going to go like this. Price crossed it over, but then also it also retracted up. So then we want to wait on the second or third candle, because this right here is the second candle. This is the second candle, the white candle, and then this is the third candle. So because the second candle, it wasn't telling us like, hey, that it's going to go in for sells, we want to wait. We want to wait until we get candle confirmation saying, hey, that price does want to go into sells, right? Because assuming that it did hit, it did create a breakout and it broke out from our line, we are assuming that price is going to go down, but we're not in a position yet. So then now once we see, hey, look, this candlestick went up, but now it's pushing down, right? Then that's the thing of a breakout strategy, saying like, hey, okay, guys, we can enter now. I'm going to delete this. We can enter now because price fully broke out of the breakout line. And you can see the third candle, it's doji. So like with dojis, it really depends on you as trading. You just have to start practicing more whether or not you really want to enter here, or you can create a zone here to say, hey, I don't want to do that. Hey, to create a zone here saying, hey, once price touches here, I'm going to get in for a sell. And then what you can do is you can be like, hey, I'm going to get in a sell like right around here. Oh, I'm going to delete that. You can get in a sell right around here and say, boom, to wherever price is at. So you could say price went all the way down to price went all the way down to there. I'm going to create this black line. So then now you can say, hey, price went all the way down to here. And because you decided to be like, hey, I'm just going to look at price like this. Let me go back over. You see how you take your entry even after it breaks out, once it fully breaks out? Because, okay, this was the first breakout candle. This was the second breakout candle was bullish. So we're like, okay, guys, what are we doing? And now the third breakout candle, okay, we officially broke out. So now let's find an entry between this candle. It's almost like an order block. Not really, right? And then you go down. And you see how it's a 1 to 3. 1 to 3, 1 to 2s are, it's a 1 to 2 is 0.7, basically a 3. But it is always there. Basically a retest. Almost, yeah. I mean, you could wait for it to fully retest too. It just depends on like what your breakout strategy looks like. Like for me, breakout strategy, I wouldn't do this one because I would want a longer profit and I would want my stop loss to be bigger. So now because my stop loss looks like this, it doesn't make any sense. And usually you want to wait for a retest to happen, but it just depends on the scenario that you're looking at. And so with breakout strategies, it really just depends on you as a trader. Once you start practicing more and more, you'll figure out what you like and what you don't like. Okay, guys, I was able to get in and I'm currently floating $1,000, 2,000 still. Let's see. Let me just close my positions. And let's go back to US 30 to see what's happening. Okay, guys, so now I'm going to show you my thing for today. So today we made so I do have, that's not even showing. I do have a demo account with Apex. I just got 250K of funding that I'm starting on. And then with US third with pro funded, it's $2,000. So today we made $2,000. Do you practice back tests during specific times? No, I do not. I don't practice that because I've been practicing for 4 years, and then it just comes a time. So this is something that you really just have to wait on, guys. And you really just have to be like, hey, this is what price is going to do. But for you to practice, I honestly would recommend just TradingView. Just full honesty, go on TradingView and go on TradingView. This is how you practice. Okay, so you guys want to learn how to practice, right? Or how to really back test. So you guys can go on two things, right? We can go on, what is it called? Give me 1 second. I'm pulling it up on my computer. Trading. Trading practice account. Okay, so honestly, guys, you guys can go on to TradingView. It is during the times that we can do it on the clock. Yeah, okay, so let's run through an example, right? Okay, guys. So as you can see, this is what their market was for people that came on. We already took this trade at 8:30, but now I'm kind of going over some learning points, right? And as we're going over the learning points, I just deleted everything. Okay. So the question is, how do we backtest? So if you guys are on TradingView, you guys can go to, after this live, go to my link in my bio and you can click on TradingView. You can create an account there. TradingView is where we do our analysis. Okay. And you can go do your analysis. And then when you guys realize this, go on to your pair that you want. And then you see how it says RE Monday at 1400. So I have it on military time, the whole thing. So, but anyways, you want to pick something right before your session. So let's say we want to do, hey, let's practice with Tuesday. Let's try this, right? No. So then you want to just keep going here. Let's practice with Tuesday at, so this is US 30. So you want to know what pair, what time session your pair is in. So US 30 is, US 30 is New York. So we can say, hey, I want to start looking at the charts at 8, right? And then you do your full strategy, right? We can do here. So you do a top to bottom analysis, however you want, right? And this is how you practice. So let me just say here, I'd enter, this is an example. Okay, guys, I don't even know if I'm right because I'm not going to do a full analysis on this, but you can say, boom, I want, no, right. And then what you do is it's going to go like this. And then before you get in, right, because this is practice. Again, guys, this is practice for, this is how you guys can back test. So you can see how your, mind you, we're not in the trade yet. So I'll show you how to get in the trade. So you're just seeing what price does and stuff. And then you can be like, okay, you go down to the 5 minutes. Sorry. Okay, right here. So then for back testing, you go down to, let me lock this. And again, guys, this is a practice trade. I didn't do a full analysis on this. So then you can see this, and then you can say, hey, is this a breakout or is this a fake out? And then you just watch how the market moves, and how the market moves will determine whether you get in for a sell or a buy. And always make sure that you have this tool set up. So this tool is right here, a short position. So you can set it here. This would be your risk. This will be your reward. But let's just see this from here. So you can tell that it's in an uptrend on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. Yeah, you guys can go ahead and message me and I can give you a free book if you want. Also for for new beginners, what I would say is invest in your education. Or if you decide to do it on your own, you can, that's fine too. Just don't information overload. So let's just say this, right? So you're back testing this, and let's just say you get in here. This is how you back test. So whenever you want to buy, you go here and then you press play. And then now it's pretty much a hurry up and wait, because it'll tell you how much you're positive or negative. You see how that works? And then this helps you with your strategy and stuff. And then it's like, okay, whenever this trade's done, right, it'll keep going so we can just see what happens. And then now you also see what the market time. So what time is it right now? It's 12:52. And you can see when you were in the trade. Okay, I got in the trade at what time? Got in the trade at 12:13. At 12:13, at 12:54, boom, we're in profit, $90. So then it kind of helps you with the times and you can just keep practicing that. And then you can be like, oh, okay, cool, or whatever you want to do. And then you can see how price is going. And then you can say, okay, wait, why is it negative? Okay, it's negative at 1 o'clock. So now we can see if there's a market volume push up or if it's down. And then this can really help you with your trade. And then you can go back to it of saying, how long do you really stay in a trade, right? So this can help you as a beginner figure out how long you stay in a trade for. Because honestly, you should be out the charts by 11. So that would have been definitely by 12. You should have been out, but then you just keep going. And now it's like, cool, okay, wait, if I stay in a trade and just trust the process, right? If you trust the process, and let's see. Because guys, mind you, we did not do a full analysis. But this is pretty much how you do it, right? So you bought all the way over here, and then you could have sold, but you decide to hold because you want to trust your trade, right? But now you can tell that it is going in. It's just fluctuating. But that is what I expect. So now you guys can see, and then you can just practice. And then you can see right here in the middle, we're up 180 to 10. And then usually now this is when you use your confluences, right? Okay, guys, guess what? We're still in an uptrend. Now, where do you think price is going to go next? Price might go here and react. So because price might go here and react, it's saying, hey, okay, we might see a push down or a reaction point. So then you just go, boom, to see what price is doing. And it just depends on how much you hold this trade because look, this is the next day. So you would have been out. So this is kind of how you can back test. And then also if you want it automatically, you can just press this one right here. Oh, there we go. So then if you want it automatically, you can go buy rear play here. Oh, I want to go a little bit further. No. So then now you can see it actually going. So as price is actually moving, this is the best way. And you leave it moving like this. You leave it moving because now that's price. That's how price actually is. So now you can be like, okay, well, with my confluences, I'm going to set it here. I can set it here or whatever it is, right? But the thing is, price actually moves with you. That's the biggest thing. And then let's see how US 30 really looks from our pre-analysis. Boom, it jumped all the way up. So you guys see how market opened. This was at 9:30. This is what we were waiting for, but I was just teaching some. At 9:30, it pushed all the way up. And then now you could have made your money. Okay, guys, but thank you so much. This was a great session. Again, guys, we made a little over $2,000 today. That's not too bad. That is not too bad. But guys, only on the live. So be sure to turn on my notifications because I'm going to try to go to live every day. And regardless if I take a trade, I want to at least do an analysis, get a bunch of learning content with you guys and answer all of your questions. Okay. And don't forget to join Pro Traders Fund to get funded.